Changing your own oil can save you money, and you know it's going into your vehicle. I'm going to discuss the process of changing your own oil and how it benefits you. The first step to changing your oil is making sure that you're prepared. And being prepared, you need to make sure you have the right tools. These tools include a 17mm socket, an oil filter wrench, having the correct safety equipment, which includes safety glasses and safety gloves, and also having a funnel. Once you have all these tools, you need to make sure you have the correct supplies to put in your vehicle. To get the right oil weight and the right amount, you need to check your manufacturer's book, which comes with your vehicle. And then to get the correct oil filter, you need to know your make, model, and year of your vehicle, so that when you go to an auto store, you can tell the clerk, and they'll pick the correct oil filter for you. Now that you have all this, you need to make sure your vehicle is set up properly. To set up your vehicle properly, you make sure it's on a level surface, so that when you go to check the oil at the end of the process, it gives you an accurate reading. Okay. And also, you can put a tarp under your vehicle to make sure, in case you happen to spill something, that it catches it. Now that you're prepared, now we can get into the actual process of changing your oil. Alright. The first step in changing your oil, you need to find the drain plug. To find that, it's usually located underneath the vehicle, under the engine, which would be it'd be screwed into the oil pan. Once you've found it, you need to place the drain pan earlier under the plug, so that when you take the plug out, it'll catch all the oil. You're going to use the 17mm socket to remove the drain plug. Once that's removed, all the oil will drain to the pan. Once all the oil is out of the vehicle, you need to replace the drain plug back into the oil pan. And then the next step is changing the filter. To change the filter, you need to find it first, which is usually located in some point in the engine. And then once you've found it, you need to place the drain pan underneath it, because the filter is going to have oil in it too. And then you're going to use your oil filter wrench to remove it, because it's going to be a little hard to remove, so you can't do it with your hand. Once that's removed, you're done with the waste products of your vehicle. Now to putting in all the new stuff. First, you need to put in a new oil filter. And to do that, you need to get your new oil filter, and there's going to be a rubber ring around the top of it. You need to get a light coat of oil and spread it across the ring, so that when you tighten it, it makes a good seal. And when you're doing this, you need to make sure you only hand tighten the oil filter, because if you tighten it with a wrench, the oil filter will be too tight when next time you go change the oil, because when you heat up the oil filter, it expands, and it won't be as easy coming off. Now once you make sure that you have the oil drain plug put back in place and the filter, you can begin to add the oil. To add the oil, you need to find the oil cap, which should be located under the hood of your car, and it'll have a little symbol on it for the oil can. Once you found that, you can remove it and put the funnel into the hole, and then add your oil. Once you've added all the oil, you need to use your dipstick to make sure that the oil is the correct amount, even though the manufacturer says what it says in the book. You need to double check. Alright. You've changed your oil, but you're not done yet. You still have to make sure you clean up properly. To do this, cleaning up, just in case you happen to spill oil in your concrete, it's not the end of the world. All you need is simple paint thinner, and you pour it on the spot, let it soak in for a couple hours, mop it up with some rags, and your concrete's good as new. Disposing of the waste oil and filter is not as simple as putting it in your backyard and just being done with it. As it says in the California Recycle, oil just gets dirty, but it can still be recycled. So to do this, there are centers everywhere where you can take used oil and filters so that they can recycle them instead of putting it into the environment, and it's also illegal. Changing your oil can be daunting, but with the right tools and knowledge, it can be actually kind of easy. As said by Joe Bradzik from the Chicago Tribune, one of the easier do-it-yourself maintenance chores is just changing your oil. So it's really not too bad. Changing your oil yourself can save you money, and you know it's going into your vehicle. As said by Mark Hughes on the Auto Oil, being more informed and getting better quality lube is a perk to changing your own oil. Because when you take it to a shop, you don't know how much oil they're putting in, what quality. It may be cheaper initially, but if your car ends up breaking in the long run, you're not really saving much money. Well, I hope that from my speech, you can successfully change your own oil. Thank you.